Yes. There we go. Welcome. Welcome to Young and Rich University. My name is Frank Corbin, and we have an interesting show for you today. Today we're talking about couples. We're talking about relationship. More important, financial relationship. They say when two heads are better than one, that when two people come together, you're supposed to have better results. Is that correct? That's not what we're seeing. That's not what we're seeing at all. We're seeing a financial disaster. Whether you're single or whether you couple up, whether you're married or not. So that breaking all the rules of relationship is breaking all the rules. Yeah. All right. So let's get into this right now, folks. So my name is Frank Corbin. I'm the broker of record of Remic Realty, and what we do, we do real estate sales, lease, predominantly pre-construction, and we guide you in a step-by-step process if you're looking to build a real estate portfolio. And we go from city to city, towns to towns, and with the opportunity that we think is correct, and we get involved. I purchase as much sometime as my clients, so I'm not the guy here trying to give you a sales pitch. Most times I get involved myself. Welcome to the green juice diet or the green juice challenge. Yeah, I get involved myself. Pick up a property or two or three and four and five. Depends on the opportunity available and affordability and all this kind of stuff. Right. So that's what it's about. It's about getting involved in the real estate business, being transparent for the most part. I have a team of people that work around me, from real estate agents, mortgage brokers. I have lawyers. I have home inspectors. We have renovation people. Whatever you need to get involved in the real estate business, we have Airbnb consultants, Airbnb managers, property managers. I can get you access to all those people once you get to that level and interested. Before we get started here, we're going to give a shout out to one of our community folks doing it big. This is Pretty Little Curve. They're located at 1335 Kingston Road, Unit 4. That's in Pickering. You can shop online or you can shop in store at prettylittlecurve.com. Get all your female accessories, female clothing, curvy outfits and shapewear and all that fancy stuff. Ladies, you know what's going on. So you can connect with them on Instagram and different social media platforms. This is Pretty Little Curve in Pickering. So if you're looking for a nice outfit for the holidays coming up, you contact them. They will get you sorted out. And I think they do shoes as well. So if you're looking for shoes, they got shoes in store there as well. So you can get a full outfit to get yourself going there. Let me just see what they have here. Yeah. So they're different outfits. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. It's working now. There we go. See? Pretty Little Curve. New arrivals. They always have ongoing sales. So you want to connect with them on social media and or through email or phone, whatever access they got it, or their website. And anytime they have something going on, they would tell you what's going on and the sales and so on and so on and so on. Okay? All right. So now it's back to our show today. Again, my name is Frank Corbin, and welcome to the Young and Rich platform, Young and Rich University. And it's important that when we decide to couple up, you guys call it, you guys like to couple up, your partnership, you're choosing your spouse, and you get involved in the relationship um, because you want, like most people, till death do you part. Till death do you part. And you choose your spouse for many different reasons. Some choose their spouse because they're tall. Some choose their spouse because they're short, handsome, beautiful, curvy. You name it. Well, what most of you don't do is choose your spouse because they're financially stable or because they're financially um, they're on a strong financial journey. Most of you guys don't do that. So because you don't do that, and money is important in this part of the world, a lot of you tends to have financial burdens. You're choosing a spouse who have a different spending pattern from you and different savings pattern, different liability pattern, different asset pattern. Many variations to this kind of stuff when you're choosing your mate. So when you fast track now that you're actually finally living together, all these things comes into play. You spend too much, you shop too much, you save too much, you too cheap, you're a miser, you want a bigger house, you want a smaller car. Everything goes on. Now, the unfortunate side is most people are not financially stable in the sense of can create a plan and go on a journey and be consistently and stick to it. Most people are not that way. So the one or two things you identify from your spouse is probably one bad for him, two bad for her, one bad for her, two bad for him. And over time, it turns into a whole financial mess. So how do you correct that? How do you solve that? Because often when I sit with couples, it becomes a you program. You did this, you did that. You did this, you did that. You did this, you did. And nobody's really taking responsibility or accountability for the financial debt. According to the title of the podcast, till death do us part. Not being dead, financial debt or debt, burden, over leverage, bad credit, going into the house, taking equity over and over again. Some of you folks, if you didn't have a house, if it wasn't for real estate, a lot of you be homeless. If it wasn't for real estate, a lot of you will be homeless. I see people refinance a house 3, 4, 5 times in less than 5 years. And two things allow them to do that. They have a property, more important, they have the property in the GTNH. You have a property in the area that's constantly rewarding you for owning it. Depreciation keeps going up and up and up and up. That's the only way you can survive. Or that's the only way you learn how to survive. So you stick to that ongoing ATM journey where you're using your house as an ATM machine. And in order to get an emotional relief, you say, Frank, I need a mortgage broker. One that's good. Why? I have to take out another $150,000 out of my house to clear off debt. And I'm saying, didn't we just do that a year and a half ago? Did we just do that 3 years ago? Did we just do that 4 years ago? And yeah, but this is different. I had a debt in the family. You always got debt in the family. Now, what's a debt in the family have to do with your goddamn house? Tell me. What does a debt in the family have to do with your real estate? Because last time I checked, every family member should be responsible for their own debt. And if they can't afford to die, that's where insurance come into play. No? Secure that insurance policy so in case you coincidentally go before your time, you don't transfer a debt burden onto your extended family. This is what financial planning is about. This you can sit with one of my trusted financial advisors and build yourself a liability protection. So your family member pass, which I think is BS. Because I don't see too many people give their family money to bury their dead. And if it's a third world country, burying a dead is very cheap in a third world country, not like burying a dead here. It costs a lot of money to bury people in this country. Okay? So they keep refinancing the house, racking up the credit cards, and then you recycle the program over and over again. And wondering why you don't have money to buy a second and third property. Wondering why your kids have to take student loan to go to university. Wondering why they got to do a GoFundMe in case something happened to one of your trusted ones. Wondering why you're constantly bickering and fighting your spouse for no particular reason. And I want to tell you, see people fighting all the time, look at their finances. They're financially in debt. Somebody is overspending. Somebody is giving away money to extended family, trying to look like they're the genius of the community. Somebody think they can save the world and can't even save their own asset. Because they're using the asset to pay everything else. And according to the stats, it says the number one reason for most people going into divorce and separation and marriage breakdown is financial burden. And then once you have enough financial burden to the system, it becomes a you program. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. And nobody wants to take accountability or be responsible for the lack of financial direction in the household. And then we max out in debt. Then we have no choice. You go your way with a little bit that's left over, and I go my way with a little bit that's left over. Because most of the money already spent out paying bills. And that's only assuming both parties were participating in the debt burden. Sometimes there's only one. One of you are spending, and the other person has to pay for it. Yeah, so one spouse is spending the money while the other spouse is responsible for it because that's your husband and wife. So when you come together and you says till debt do us part, is literally till debt or debt do us part. Because either way, your other half is going to be responsible for your financial asset or your financial burden. And if both you actually agree to go shopping well, not a problem. Because that's you both taking on that burden to pay off that debt a few months or years from now. That's not the case, folks. It's mostly just one person who make that selfish decision to go and shop wild and crazy. And then the other person gets stuck with a bill. Yeah, you get stuck with the bill. That means, like it or not, it's part of your responsibility. Now, I can't tell you how to pick spouses and how to pick partners. But I can tell you, if you have a situation of any of the ones I just described just now, you want to put a pause real quick on that situation and start addressing these things with your spouse. That's very important. You want to put a pause on the way you guys are operating and said, boo, boo boo, whoever you want to call your spouse, hon, babes. We need to start financially reprogramming ourselves. That's what you need to start doing. So first thing we start doing, what are we gonna do? We're gonna sit down and understand the financial stress we under. How much debt do we owe? Who do we owe this money to? We need to disclose all private loans, private money we lend out, private money we owed other people. Bring all that to the table and set up on a nice Excel spreadsheet and put a time frame on it. Now, if you're under high financial debt, there's a high chance you can't do all our work yourself, or you're not disciplined enough to get it done properly. So I highly recommend that you get yourself a credit manager. Contact me if you need one. Knowledge Francis from Forvan Financials, she can help you with that kind of stuff. That's what she does. She will come into your home and she will sit with you one on one and she will go through your financial status with you, from credit report, from debt report, and budgeting, and she create a plan for you moving forward. And that's important. That's your first step. Your second, and this before you do any form of refinance and start taking money out your house again. And the second step is create a mutual bond and contract that you're both going to stick to. How are we going to pay off or pay down this debt? Now, if you don't have a spouse, then that conversation is very easy. You don't need any approval or authority to fix your shit. You can just do it by yourself. Contact Knowledge, and she will sit with you and go through your process and the step-by-step process for you. Now, if you're not in Canada, the program is the same. Knowledge can still help you. You can contact me and give her our phone number or website. If not, there's actually a podcast to shoot with Knowledge where she give out all of her contact information. And she tell exactly what she can do for you. If you have credit, if you owe creditors, she can negotiate debts and all this kind of stuff for you. She can settle debts for you. And that's important. Till debt do us part. You see, here's the thing, folks. You guys coming from different backgrounds. And this is mainly for couples because when you can do it yourself, it's easy, whether you want to do it or not. But for couples, it becomes challenging because you might want to do it, but your husband and wife might not be ready at that point in time. This we need external reinforcement to help you get yourself on track. You come from different backgrounds, different countries, different ethnics, all kind of stuff. You guys are different. So money means different things to all people. Maybe different age group. Everything can be different. So it's important if you cannot have a sit-down conversation with your spouse and rectify this till debt do a part situation, because you have enough debt in your house, you're going to part from each other. It just makes sense. You actually can't even afford to be with a broke person after a certain time in your life. You need someone to sit with you and go through this process with you. Every 4 or 5 years, you're buying a new car. Every 3, 4 years, you're giving up your lease, get a new car, all this fancy stuff. Acting like you're young and rich without the young and rich discipline. Young and rich is not about money. It's about a financial discipline. It's about a financial effort. It's about a financial action plan. That's what it's about. And money is a result of implementing those disciplines. That's what it's about. So when you see this young and rich brand everywhere, it's not a bragging brand. It's not a show-off brand. It's a financial responsible brand. That's what it's about. It's being financially responsible. It's able to take care of yourself and your family and transfer wealth to the next generation. That's what it's about. Clearly states here, folks. Why are you not rich? Why are you not rich? Because you're doing all the poor strategies in your life. That's why you're not rich. Why are you not rich? Why are you Inc? Young and Rich University. Young and Rich University. Why are you not rich? because some of you guys been here long enough. You make enough money pass through your hands that you should be young and rich today. You should be retiring young, retiring rich. So why are you not rich? It's because you're practicing poor financial strategies, or you're practicing old financial strategies, meaning you buy a house, you paid off to zero. That works well in the 1600s and the 1800s and the 1900s. Not anymore, sunshine. That strategy doesn't work anymore. You buy a house, you paid off to zero. Now you're old and gray. And your job you used to have, your so-called high-paying career job, you now realize that you didn't calculate your retirement income properly. And your retirement, and you didn't even invest out of that with a financial advisor to give you a supplement income. Because you thought you had your house under control and your debt going to be income zero. And when you retire, you have all this money coming to you. Not realizing when you retire, your income drop as well. And if you keep spending like you're in a go-kart, there goes the deficit. And you didn't pre-plan properly. So now you have to getting a reverse mortgage to go back into the property to get more cash out to put yourself in a better situation. No, 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 no. It doesn't work that way. You're just handing over back your money to the government, or to the bank, I should say, and not much or none for the children. Okay? All right, let's take a break, folks. Now, today's program, we'll be promoting the Pretty Little Curve. It's in-store shopping and online shopping. They're located at 1335 Kingston Road in Pickering, Unit 4. You can get them in-store or online, Pretty Little Curve. You contact them. They're on all social media platform, Pretty Little Curve. They do dresses, skirts, shapewear, female accessory, even shoes they have there for all the female stuff. So if you want outfit for the holidays or for a special event, you contact Pretty Little Curve, and they can get you set up for all the things you need in fashion, female fashion. And they do have some men's stuff as well. I personally visit the store a few times, so I see exactly what's going on over there, and so that can actually help you access fashion if you want, and it's right in Pickering. So in your drive in and out of the city, or if you're in the close by in that area, just contact Pretty Little Curve, and you will get all your fashion needs done. All right, it's back to the program. Beat up on you guys some more. Yeah, it's important. Till death do us part. We're spending money like there's no tomorrow and not realizing the financial impact it has. Some of you guys are stressed out. You're getting headaches. You're not eating properly. You're gonna gain weight. And not only your financial burden, it affects your finances, it affects your health, your physical health. It affects your mental health. When the mail come, you don't want to go to the mailbox, big, thick level of envelopes. Everybody's writing you. They want money. They want money, money, money of what you spend and took from them. They want their money back now. And unfortunately, you might not be in that position. And you're on the boat cruises, you're on the boat rides, you're on the caravanas, and all these other fashion stuff and trips and vacation you're doing consistently, not realizing that you need to put your finances under control. Otherwise, it's not only a debt burden, it becomes a health burden for most of you. Get yourself a financial advisor if you don't have one. I know many of them. Your emotional and mental health impacts. Contact me if you need one of our trusted mortgage broker. They can help you get refinanced and free up your debt. But I would not recommend you refinance and just free up debt unless you talk to Forvan Financial Knowledge Francis, or somebody of that caliber who not only going to free up your debt, but put you on a new financial path. We don't go and repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Some of you can't even have sex because you're high in debt. It affects your sex life as well. This is a totally disastrous program you put yourself and your family on. You can't even discipline your kids properly because you don't feel discipline yourself. You're not even discipline yourself. You can discipline somebody else. And this is the consistent journey many of you are on. You're trying to save up for the last 20 years to buy a property. You can't buy real estate if you don't have property yet. Why? Your debt is out of whack. And if your debt is out of whack, your credit be out of whack, the banks don't want to give you a mortgage. More important, where you get the down payment from. You don't have the down payment to save up to buy a house. Even with a zero money down program available, you can't touch that deal. Why? Because your debt burden is so high, you can't even qualify for the mortgage. Now, folks, in the next month or two, the government of Canada is changing the mortgage policies of this country. And what that's going to do is going to allow many of you access to free and easy money. It's going to allow many of you the opportunities to get involved in the real estate market, to pay off debt, which is going to be lower. Credit card debt, all that stuff going to be dropping lower and lower. It's going to allow you that opportunity. But that only works well if you have the financial discipline to stick to a program. Equity is going to be building homes. The market is going to go to the next level. That only going to benefit people who is set and ready to go to the next level. Otherwise, it's going to pass right in front of your face, and you can see everyone getting rich, and you continue to get broke or remain broke because you're not disciplined enough to implement the strategies. Now, folks, your anxieties and stuff are going to be kicking in. I can guarantee you that. Why? When you have financial burden, anything that affects you mentally becomes very high and highlighted. It will. Your anxiety, your trauma, it's going to be like you're going crazy. And you know why? Because the number one thing that can keep you safe and secure and give you a mental peace of mind experience, which is your finances being under control, you lost control of it. Do you know the funny thing is, and people don't realize this, when there's a market downturn financially, where there's housing crisis, financial crisis, high interest rate, there's a war, whatever going on, recession, depression, when there is any incident that affects the financial market, three things get affected: high tobacco purchase, high alcohol purchase, and higher domestic violence or domestic arguments, if you want to call it that. Those three things get impacted every single time for the last 10,000 years. So don't tell me that money doesn't affect your emotions and your behavior pattern. It's directly impact to how you feel, what you do, how you entertain yourself, and how you nurture your family. So when your finances become unstable, your family lifestyle becomes unstable as well. And when you have enough debt, you are guaranteed to part, because not too many people know how to come out of a debt burden together and work with each other. Because if you were doing that in the first place, you wouldn't have the debt burden. You'd be working towards making yourself a better spouse to your spouse, a better mother to your children, a better father to your family. But there's a lack of financial discipline that put people in high debt and cause divorce in their house. And it comes sometimes both parties, and it comes from one party or the next. And don't tell me about the kids. Kids don't make you spend your money. Kids will make you overspend your money. It's all about what you choose to do as a grown adult, whether you want to be responsible or not. You buy all those iPads and iPhones and expensive stuff for your kids because you choose to do that. Your kids can't put their hands in your pocket and spend your money. It's just you that's lacking the proper financial discipline. You that's lacking proper financial nurturing. It's you that's lacking proper financial teaching, not only to yourself, but to teach your children the right financial habits so they now can live a wonderful life very early. You know, the funny thing is, folks, that when you don't upgrade and uplift yourself and you don't create that environment for your household, you're actually going to sit and watch your children going to the same financial burden at a very young age, just like you were, just like you did, just like you still in. And that's a terrible place to be. It's a terrible place. You can sit and watch your children over leverage themselves with poor debt, just like you. The blame, the resentment, the loss of intimacy, control and power imbalances, the fear of the future becomes very active in your household. The fear of your financial future, very active in your household. So, I recommend a few things. For your financial and credit management, Knowledge Francis from Forefront Financial. She's the only one I know in the city that does that. If anyone else does that, just let me know. Because she's in the East End, if you have a program in the West End. But then again, Knowledge can work online. So you can be, it's all Zoom and online, she can work as well. Okay? She could do credit repair, do debt management. Okay? So contact her. Yeah, I can get her number for you. I can get you a mortgage broker. I can get you insurance broker. I get you a car salesperson. I get you a realtor. I get you a real estate lawyer. You know, we have a group on WhatsApp it's called the GT&H group. And almost every month or two, we have somebody requesting a divorce lawyer. Every single time, they want a divorce lawyer. I'm telling you, if you put your debt under control, you won't need a divorce lawyer. You need an asset lawyer, someone that have to manage your real estate trust. Not ones that maybe once that someone asks for a family trust lawyer. It's always divorce lawyer, divorce lawyer, divorce lawyer, divorce lawyer. The asset, the trust lawyer. They rarely ask for that. Why? They don't have the assets because it's too high in debt, high in a lot of credit. If you build a financial program around your spouse, she will be afraid to leave you. Because when they leave you, their financial status is going to change. Their financial lifestyle is going to change. You want to become too big to fail. You grow such a big empire among your spouse that she don't want to leave you anymore. That's important. You can't leave me if I got money. I don't want to leave you because we got good money together. We're building wealth together. If I leave you, my next spouse is going to be broker. I'm going to be broker. You don't want that? You got to become too big to fail. That means you're building wealth. You're creating assets. You almost become interdependent on each other. Yeah, some of you guys are independent in a relationship. Yeah, that's kind of don't make sense to me. How can you be independent in a relationship? Relationship is an interdependent program. How can I be independent in a marriage? That don't make any common sense to me. It makes social media sense. How could you have your own life in a relationship when you bringing lives together. You want to create a too big to fail relationship. You want to make your husband and wife so freaking rich they can't afford to leave you. You imagine that? I make you so much money that when you leave me, you're going to be broker because you have to date a broker person than me. You have to date a more financially malfunctioning, disciplined person. That's how tight you need to create your program with your spouse. Everybody come to the table, hands looking for something. Nobody coming to bill. As much as we talk about billing, you guys not billing out. You're billing yourself into a mediocre program. You're not building shit. Excuse my language. People say, oh, I want to bill. What have you built for yourself? You try to help me build. What do you build for yourself in the last 5 years? Zero, nothing. Get married till death. We're going to part. Because they're coming with liabilities. So if you're not in that situation yet and you're thinking of getting a spouse, find out the debt burden. It's mandatory. How much do they owe? How much money do they owe? It's important. How much money do you owe? What's your credits like? Because that's the most effective thing that causes divorce in these days. Debt, credit, burden, liabilities. And then when you start building with your spouse, you build a mega empire. You make your spouse so rich, they can't afford to leave you. Well, if they want a couple of dollars and run, then go take that. Give them a bone, let them run. But anybody who's just about building, they have to have a financial discipline habit and hard work ethics to build. Otherwise, they're selling you some BS. When I was back in the days looking for a wife, a young lady said to me, Frank, marry me and I'll build your empire. I said, do you went to university? Yes. You graduate? Yes. How much money you want student loan? X amount. You have a house? Not yet. You have a car? Trying to get work in it. You have a good job? Yes. You can build me an empire? I must marry you. You can build me an empire? You can't even build yourself a sapphire. How you can build me an empire? Folks, listen to these sales tactics that comes with these people trying to get involved with you when they see you have something good going for you. The words, they listen to the words. Because listen, they're well read and it's well recorded. It says, we're going to build generational wealth. Well, you broke. Your father was broke. Your mother was broke. There's no history of generational wealth in your family. How are you going to help me build generational wealth? And you don't have the discipline yourself to show me that you even start the process. The only thing you help me with is till death do us part. We're going to part when you bring a lot of debt in my life. Listen to the catchy phrase they're coming with. They know exactly what you want to hear, and they play up on that. And I'm going to bring peace into your life. Peace! You're in your third divorce. That means you don't know anything about peace. Hey! I'm having too much fun with this stuff. Until that do us part, folks. I had to take a break. Yeah. Till that do us part. I was going too strong on that one. I'm beating up on you guys too much. Yeah. Folks. Pretty Little Curve. If you want to get all your female shopping accessories, shapewear, Pretty Little Curve is located at 1335 Kingston Road in Pickering, Unit 4. All your female accessories, female dresses, outfits for all your events, birthday parties, anniversaries, you name it. You go there. Those girls are wonderful. They take good care of you. They do have stuff for men too, some stuff for men. But it's put up their female store. and they're going to help you get yourself on the right track. My name is Frank Corbin. We're talking about till debt do us part. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about stabilizing your finances. We're talking about choosing the right spouse so you don't have a financial burden in your life. And that's so important. So it's funny when we talk about relationship and money, it always comes into a little bit of drama. You got to be careful out here, people tricking you into relationship and what they can do for you and what they can't do for you, and how they're going to help you build all this kind of stuff. Everybody wants to build wealth. Everybody wants to build next generation wealth, and they haven't built in a stable financial situation for themselves. They haven't done that for themselves, but they're trying to help you get somewhere in life. So be careful and listen to those kind of things. Now, if you have a spouse already and you're on a journey and you fall off track, get someone who can help you, a professional, to get you back on track, to put your situation in the right manner. You need a good mortgage broker to refinance, clean up some of those debt. As I said, I like the credit management and debt management program and credit repair program that Forvan Financial is offering. Knowledge Francis, you can contact her. She's on all social media platform. More important, Knowledge also have educational program she do on Instagram, I think weekly or monthly. You can contact her for that. She get the right schedule, which I think is very important that we continue to get educated and on finances and put us to the next level. Okay. And for the a lot of you people who have assets already, and blending and bonding and blending families, it's important you get a cohabitation agreement or a prenuptial agreement to secure your finances. If you're not going to do that, you should start shifting your asset into your family trust. That's important because till debt, a lot of you are going to be partying broke. You have to share your asset with somebody who have never helped you build it. And that's important. If you build assets with your spouse, sure, his or hers, things don't work out, they get half your asset. There's nothing wrong with that. My problem is the premature relationship, the 1 year, 2 year relationship that you have to split your money and go. I have a friend who did that twice in the last 5 years. 2 relationship, boom, split his money every single time. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? He's a grown man too. He's older than me. He's in his 50s, almost getting close to 60s. You get involved in this premature relationship that splits early, and you got to give up his money every single time. He likes giving away money. So prenuptial agreement, cohabitation agreement, budgeting, financing, review the credit report. All these things you need to be looking at your spouse or potential spouse before you said, yes, I do, I will, and I will never leave you. Otherwise, till death, you do us part. You're going to be leaving broke and giving away your assets to somebody who didn't help you build it. And that's very bad position to be in. Because I don't care who you are and what you look like. When you got money, you start looking good. I don't care who you are. I'm not going to call in names. There's some people on TV and they look really good. Not because they actually look good, because they got money. So let nobody take away your good look feature. Get money. Protect your money at all means necessary. Now, I'm going to wrap it up now. I think I had enough beating up on you guys today. Till death do us part and all your poor financial habits. And I think it's important that you secure the right people on your team to help you start building assets the right way. I have a lot of people around me that can help you. So if you're looking for help, you contact me. I'm going to refer you to the right person. Connect with me on WhatsApp to my 647-237-3642 number. I'll put you into my WhatsApp group that have lots of professionals and that can help you. Also, a lot of people you can learn what they're doing as well. I also have a real estate group on WhatsApp between the same number, Young and Rich, that we talk about real estate and wealth building and real estate educational stuff, and Airbnb and property rental and people looking for properties in that group as well. So you have two groups juggling on WhatsApp. Feel free to join. Contact me, feel free to join and be a part of a growing community, a wealth building growing community. We're the top 10% pushing over to the top 1%. A lot of us are there already, and some of us are on the path or on the journey to get there. Um, Pre-construction is my leading team for wealth building. I think it's the easiest process to get it. You put $100,000, $200,000 down, or $75,000 down, whatever you have, and the buildability, a beautiful property. By the time the property is being built, you have lots of money in equity, and you can move forward and refinance and buy another property or whatever you want to do with it. and put yourself in a strong financial position. My name is Frank Corbin. And we just shot another one, folks. Yeah. This is Young and Rich University. Till death do us part. Feel free to check out Pretty Little Curve. You can shop online or in store at 1335 Kingston Road, Unit 4 in Pickering. You got all kinds of beautiful dresses and shapewear and all that stuff, and some stuff for men as well. And when you get there, tell her you saw her in the Young and Rich University with Frank Corbin. He'll refer you there. To your success. See you then.